Jai Shri Ram.
Jai Shri Ram.
So my question to you is, you were very vocal about Sabrimala issue.
Yes.
You actually explained the real reason behind the rituals followed there.
Yes.
I was following you in every debate and all. My question to you is, as the case is going on in Supreme Court, will the verdict will be in favor of Hindus or they will change it completely and make it a tourist spot? Having said that, I have one more question to you. What a Hindu voter should do? Continue to vote for BJP in the hope of development of country and that of Hindus, or we have any other option?
So to answer your first question, for a long time I've been asking the Bar Council to introduce astrology as part of legal education. I don't know. I have no idea. कोर्ट क्या कहेगी? I have no idea. उस दिन शनि किस तरफ बैठेगा मुझे नहीं पता है. Okay? And by the way, Shani is the Lord of Justice. It's not a bad planet at all. It is actually the planet for Dharma, which means for everything that you have done, scores will be settled. And by the time he leaves, by the time Sade Sati is complete, he will do good and go. That is the nature of Shani. Hopefully, if you have learnt your lessons. So, my point is, I don't know which way the system will go. I'm more interested in a slightly different question. At least now, is there greater consensus in the Hindu community on the need to preserve the practice of the Sabrimala temple? Or do we still have woke idiots from within the community who don't understand what the institution stands for? If yes, आप आज केस जीत सकते हैं. कल अगर woke सरकार आई तो a judgment can be reversed by a legislative act. What do you do then? It's a very real possibility. And that is the left's investment in your children in a long-term battle, in an infinite war. So you might succeed in, let's say, current day terms because you believe that हमारी सरकार है, पता नहीं किसकी सरकार है, but still. But future का क्या होगा, we don't know. So I would want to invest in quality representation before the court as well as in changing and shaping minds in the society. Focus on both. Now recently the Dawoodi Bohra case has been referred to the same Sabrimala 9-judge bench on whether the head of the community has the power to excommunicate people from the community. So all these questions. Female genital mutilation, entry of Parsi women into the Agyaris, then Sabrimala have all been clubbed together. Now I'll tell you what the textbook Hindu mind of today will say. Female genital mutilation galat hai. Entry of Parsi women into Agyaris must be allowed. Now therefore I am left with no other option but to say that women must also be allowed inside Sabrimala. Or women of the reproductive age group. Okay? This would be the statement. It is Hindus who come and tell me, if women can be allowed inside the Haji Ali mosque, how can you take a different position with respect to Sabrimala? अरे भाई मस्जिद और मंदिर एक है क्या? दोनों में आपको अंतर समझ में नहीं आता है? You go there to pray, here you go to worship. There's a difference between prayer and worship. प्राण प्रतिष्ठा यहाँ पे होती है, वहाँ पे प्राण प्रतिष्ठा नहीं होती है. मूल मंत्र यहाँ पे पढ़ा जाता है, वहाँ पे मूल मंत्र नहीं पढ़ा जाता है. क्या बात कर रहे हैं? गर्भगृह का कॉन्सेप्ट यहाँ पे है, वहाँ पे है क्या? गर्भगृह क्यों है? क्योंकि वहाँ पे एक मूर्ति का प्रतिष्ठान हुआ है. मूर्ति का प्रतिष्ठान, इसका मतलब क्या है? इसके पीछे का तात्पर्य क्या है? That means an energy space has been consecrated. That energy space has a particular, let's say, विधि through which that sanctity is maintained. आपको equality ज़्यादा चाहिए या spiritual quality चाहिए आपको? What is your priority? So that's one. Second, I repeat in the land of Modi. I am not saying go against the BJP. Please. There is a massive troll army sitting on Twitter. पीछे पड़ जाएंगे. लेकिन इतना जरूर कहूंगा, अगर हिंदू हित के खिलाफ या विरुद्ध कुछ होता है, तब मैं जरूर बोलूंगा, चाहे कितनी भी आर्मी हो. And it doesn't make a difference who is in power. Because the logic of Hindu hit will not change. That will remain the same. Coming to the actual reality, do we have other options as on date? No. अगर कांग्रेस में थोड़ा भी रत्ती भर का भी दिमाग होता, which is not possible considering who is the president now, is you would go in the direction of competitive Hindutva. What would you do? आप एक प्रॉपर हिसाब किताब बनाएंगे. आपने हिंदुओं के लिए कहा कि हम ये करेंगे, ये करेंगे. आपने क्या किया है? The Congress should ask this question. Instead, they are stuck in the same mold as the Ahmed Patel-Sonia Gandhi combination. Both of them representing whatever they represent. I leave it to your imagination. So, they have effectively gone down the path of implosion. They are running towards suicide. Okay. And which is why I think I would agree with what Anand said on a television debate, that the BJP is blessed with a joke of an opposition. Matlab, the thing is, in Ramayana they say, जब भी वाली रण के लिए जाते थे, enemy का जो strength था वो 50% कम हो जाता था. Okay, that was the vardhan that was given to Wali. I think that is the exact blessing that is being given to BJP. That you will be blessed with the joke of an opposition. And that is exactly what is happening. Now, as I said, this goes back to the first point, which means, जब सरकार कुछ नहीं करती है हिंदू हित में, पूछने वाला भी कोई नहीं रहा. Now you see how it goes back to the first question, the quality of public discourse. You are entirely dependent, your destinies, your interests, your Hindu hit, everything is tied to one political option, which was not the case in the 50s, 60s and 70s, because cultural organizations were equally investing in the Congress and the BJP at that time, or the Jansangh at that time. That is what makes sense, because that is the strategy of other communities. कोई भी आए वो पहले क्या करते हैं, हम minority के लिए इतना पैसा देते हैं. Everybody is forced to say this. Why isn't every government under the same compulsion to say हमने हिंदुओं के लिए इतना किया है? Okay, logically speaking, and just apply common sense, can you guarantee that a particular party will stay in power forever? Which is why it makes much more sense to invest in the policy so that it can outlast the existence of a particular government. Because एक बार policy बन गया, उसको roll back करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. Which is one of the reasons that the BJP government is also struggling to roll back what the Congress did by way of minority welfare schemes. That's their excuse, of course. I'm saying there is some sense to that excuse, although I don't agree with it fully. Article 370 को आपने तो पूरी तरह से roll back कर दिया. At least you've made it an apunsak at this point, right? Why can't you do the same thing with others? So what is the strategy or what is the option left for the Hindu voter? Vote करो, क्या करें? लेकिन सवाल भी पूछो, क्लियर सवाल पूछो. Don't become a Kavali Mandali. Keep clapping for everything. Then you might as well have a Jamura. Please don't do it. As the Hindu community, which doesn't subscribe to a herd mentality, you have greater obligation because you're a global minority which is facing serious civilizational existential challenges. Focus on that. So whenever you speak of development, remember, you are focusing on development, the other side is focusing on religious expansion. So your priorities are very different. You are going to vote for Vande Bharat. You are going to vote for infrastructure. They are going to vote for minority allocation. So you need to be able to have a bargaining chip which focuses as much on development but equally on Sanskriti, Dharma, Hindu civilization. Because are you comfortable living in an uber developed country with Hindu population being reduced to 50%? That is the question that you should answer. If that is not the case, आप करने के लिए क्या तैयार हैं? Simple question. There is a silent demographic war that's going on through illegal migration. What has the government done on it? Ask these questions. Thank you. Delimitation का जो गेम अभी खेला जा रहा है, what you're basically doing is, मैं constituency को कट पीट के I'll constantly change the balance. आप कितने दिन ये गेम खेलेंगे भाई? एक दिन तो तादाद बढ़नी ही है, तब डिलिमिटेशन का गेम कैसे खेलेंगे आप? You're trying to protect Assam through delimitation. How long will it survive? Ram bharose.